We've known Bob and his awesome Inspira team for 7 years now. Through the 7 years, we had 3 major real estate transactions, bought our first home, sold the first home, and bought our second home in these years.
And we were first-time buyers, no family or close friends in this country, really. And when we met Bob, we really felt like, there is someone who's looking out for us. I mean, truly, like, he wasn't just any other real estate agent. He was someone who has your best interest at heart. We could feel that.
Felt like family, right?
Almost, because when the first home we went to see, Bob was like, no guys, I think you can do better than this. He was like, no, I think you need to buy a home that you can grow into. Yeah. And we didn't have kids back then, and we weren't even thinking about it. But he was the one who said, I've been here buying the first home, and I know that you don't want a house that you will grow out of very quickly. You want a house you can grow into.
We really needed some hand-holding, some explaining, and Bob was there. He understood that.
And a lot of patience.
Lot of patience.
And the experience that he brings.
And me and Manjari, we are both engineers, so we would have asked 1,000 questions, right? and he would not only answer them, but he'll answer them properly. We got really good understanding of how everything works, and whatever paperwork we had to sign, it was very clear, it was explained very well. Eventually, as a new home buyer, the paperwork does get overwhelming, and at that point, we had to really stop worrying about about all the paperwork, because in Bob we trust. Bob's got our back. We didn't really have to think harder about the less important things. Well, we are really focused on choosing our home and then just signing in the end.
And we really liked how he wasn't like a pushy realtor who's just trying to close the deal and make some quick money out of it. He really wanted to get us a home we love.
He took the time to understand us.
Anytime he would go into a house, he very quickly would say all the positive and the negative things about the house. And he wasn't just always about the positive, like not just showing the house in a good light to make a quick sale, as I keep saying. He would talk about all the negative problems or a community that he has experience with. He would say that this community has had problems with construction in the past, so let's not even go there. So we really liked him. And
he's an area specialist. He knows this area. He knows everything around Irvine. When he hears a name of a community, he just knows the history. And we're not just walking in with an agent who wants us to buy the home, but we're walking in with a friend who's looking out for buying the home which is going to be right for us and which has proper construction. Bob helped negotiate the price of the first home we bought lower, and it is something that we couldn't have done it without Bob.
Yeah, and then after we bought our first home with him, and 5 years later we thought, okay, we probably want to move to another home. And without a doubt in either of our minds, he was obvious the person we would go to. And so by then we had a small toddler and we had even less time than before. So we saw a couple of houses on open house whenever we could go, and the house that we liked, we said, Bob, maybe we want to close this house, but before we do anything, we want your perspective as a friend, that do you think this is a good house for us to buy? And he came, and he actually came with us to that house twice. Once in the morning to see how it feels in the morning, once in the evening to see how the traffic around that is. And he actually told us, no guys, again, you can do better than this. And in terms of the house and the pricing, both. And he said, why don't I show you more houses before you just make a quick decision and close something.
We're so glad.
That's true. I mean, this house is very peaceful, very quiet, and yeah, I'm really glad we didn't buy the first.
That's what we like.
That's true. He does know us. He knows the kind of, actually he took the time to know us over the years.
The whole real estate transaction with the loan was taken care of. We truly appreciated the benefit of it because we were only talking to one set of people, and they all understood how we worked, and they all communicated with us in a consistent manner, and most importantly, it was very efficient.
That's the best thing I like about the Inspira team is they're so professional. They're very efficient in all communication, all paperwork, all kinds of interactions, and very thorough.
There's a reason we keep sending our friends
That's true.
to Bob.
Yeah.
So
Actually, two of our close friends bought their first home with Bob because we recommended Bob. And then also a couple other friends who are looking to close another deal with Bob. I mean, looking for their first homes with Bob. So we do very highly recommend Bob and the Inspira team.